Choice Keys Chapter 1 Just for Love. One is love because one is love. No reason is needed for loving. Paulo Coelho. Kindness softens our heart. Constant kindness can accomplish much as the sun makes ice melt. Kindness causes misunderstanding, mistrust, and hostility to evaporate. Albert Schweitzer. Sometimes we are the beneficiaries of kindness, and other times we are put in situations in which we can give the gifts of kindness. A few years ago, I attended a spiritual seminar in Las Vegas. During the break, I boarded the bus at the intersection of Flamingo Road and Las Vegas Boulevard, near the Pelagio Hotel, to visit a friend. After visiting with my friend, I walked to the bus stop to catch a bus back to my hotel. There was a man waiting for the bus, so I asked him when he expected the bus to arrive. Probably in 5 minutes, he said. Before long, we saw the bus approaching and people running toward us to board it. One of them was a big, raw-looking ponytail man with a super-sized Burger King drink in his hand. He rudely cut in front of everyone and started boarding the bus, but the driver stopped him, saying that drinks were not allowed aboard the bus. The man would not hear of it. He started a nasty argument with the driver, trying to bully the driver into allowing him to keep the drink. Meanwhile, the rest of us patiently lined up outside, waiting to board the bus. The gentleman with whom I had spoken earlier got fed up with the bully behavior and said, "Look, it says up there on the sign that you cannot bring a drink inside the bus. Get rid of the damn drink, like the driver said, and get in." That did it. The bully angrily drew his drink out the door, barely missing us. He then verbally assaulted the man who had spoken up. Trying to move away from the escalating confrontation, we boarded the bus. The bully sat close to the driver. The gentleman who had spoken up sat in the back, and I sat in the middle of the bus. As the bus embarked on its route, the bully continued ranting at the man in the back of the bus. You could feel the tension trickling in the air. Passengers were sighing, mumbling, and rolling their eyes in disgust, but no one wanted to get directly involved. I started chanting inwardly a mantra of love, compassion, and balance known as Who, a love song to God and surrendering the situation to the divine. My aim was to bring about harmony. When the bus approached the intersection of Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo Road, it was time for me to get off. Thank God, interestingly, it was also the destination for the bully as well as for the man whom he had been berating. Before the bus came to a stop, the bully, full of rage, walked toward the back of the bus for a face-to-face verbal confrontation. By this time, everyone's speculation of what was about to happen seemed imminent. When the bus stopped, they got off and I was directly behind them. As soon as we landed on the sidewalk, the bully confronted the other fellow, trying to elicit a response that could escalate into a fist fight. Without hesitation, I approached the bully. Looking directly into his eyes, I said, "I'd like to buy you another drink." He turned and glared down at me as if I were an ant. "Excuse me," he said in deep voice. "I noticed the bus driver made you throw out your drink, and I'd like to buy another drink for you." I elaborated. As I spoke to him, The other fellow started walking away toward the Bellagio Hotel. Yeah, you can buy me another drink. It cost me $2. Figure you're trying to save your body over there, he said sarcastically. My body? Who? I asked. Him, over there, walking away. He come back here, he screamed at the fellow. Leave him alone, I said. I want to buy you another drink. I have no idea who the other guy is. We boarded the bus together, explained. At this point, the bully looked at me, bewildered. He could not believe I was trying to help a stranger in Las Vegas. As I reached in my pocket for money, I glanced at him. It was as though someone had poured hot water on an ice cube. He melted. He looked at me in my white African attire and seemed confused. In a humble and respectful tone, he said, Sir, you keep your money. I'm all right. Life is tough enough as it is. There is no need to complicate it any further. We need to have peace, I explained. He nodded his head in agreement, like a child being scolded by his mother. We shook hands. He thanked me for helping, explained that he was having a bad day. I acknowledged his situation by saying, I understand, and thanked him wholeheartedly for cooperating. By the time our conversation concluded, the other man had disappeared into one of the hotels. This is how a potentially violent confrontation was averted by the offer of love. A $2 drink, that's all it took to soften the bully's heart. By Sil Okugiri.